The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety has announced their latest crash test results. And joining us this morning to tell us about the results from the most recent small overlap frontal crash test is Kelley Blue Book Senior Editor Carl Brower. Good morning, Carl.
Hey, good morning. Great to be on with you.
Yeah, happy to have you here. And it's always, I know families are very interested in learning about their cars, what kind of types of cars on the road right now that are really safe for our families. So what did this new survey tell us about what this test result is all about?
Well, what they've done is they've instituted a new test at the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety that's called the small overlap test. And it's essentially a test of how the vehicle performs when it's subjected to an impact at the extreme right or left side of the vehicle, about where the headlight is. And this is a very tough test to pass because you're not getting the full front part of the car where the traditional frame rails are to support the vehicle and help protect the passenger compartment. So it takes a lot of good engineering to manage that energy when it's on that extreme side of the front of the vehicle. And you know, that's what this test has been looking for, to protect passengers, because they've used statistics at IHS to show that this is still where a lot of fatalities and injuries happen, is these small overlap impacts. Which is
pretty scary to know. So how did some of these cars, what should families know this morning about what they're driving and maybe what they should be driving?
Right. They should really look at the research on the latest crash test results. This test only started in 2012, but there's already been a fair amount of manufacturers who've reacted to it by upgrading their vehicle structure and their management of the energy, even at this extreme offset test. And Honda is a good example. We've got the Honda Pilot here as an example. It just scored Top Safety Pick Plus, which is the highest rating that a car can get in this test, because it manages the energy so well, even at this extreme side angle of the front end. It uses a lot of high-strength steel. It has a special body passenger compartment called the ACE, which is the structure that they've been using for years on Hondas. They keep upgrading it, and this latest 2016 Pilot really did well on the test because there was no passenger compartment intrusion from any of the parts in spite of this extreme impact.
Now, I know they do a lot of tests. Is this one of the most important ones that you think families should really be paying attention to? Because it can get kind of overwhelming when you are buying a new car and you want those safety features. But how do you know which ones to really make sure that you're paying attention to?
Yeah, I mean, I think all the tests are important to look at. This is kind of the newest one, which makes it maybe the highest challenge one for manufacturers to pass, because they haven't had a lot of time, only a few years, to be aware of it. But what's great news is that most cars are relatively, if not extremely, safe. At Kelley Blue Book, we see a lot of people, 20 million people come to our site every month at kbb.com, and we know what they're looking at and how they prioritize vehicles when they're shopping, and safety is always among the top two concerns that they have. Durability, reliability is one, and safety is always right there as well. So manufacturers know this. They've got to upgrade the cars if they're going to get serious consideration, and most of them do, the Pilot being a great example of how Honda's reacting to this.
Well, and as we close here, I'd imagine it is nice to have kind of a neutral site where you can go and, you know, find out how everybody's doing kind of under one website. Is that where you can do that, Kelley Blue Book?
Absolutely. We've got all the crash test information. Of course, we've got reviews of the cars. Of course, we've got the values that we've been known for decades, so we know the price you should pay, the market value. And then if you go to automobiles.honda.com, you can learn about the Honda-specific technology that's inside this new Pilot and a lot of their other cars. And ihs.org will give you all the information about the specific crash test procedures that these cars are put through.
Okay, great. Carl, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Great talking to you.
We, of course, will put all that info on our website as well, foxformorningblend.com.
All right, toss back the ice packs and the frozen bags of vegetables. Up next, how you can soothe and prolo your pain away with prolotherapy, giving your joints the relief that they deserve. Stay with us.